Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to FunnelHackerTV. So excited to have you guys here. Make sure that you are commenting down below. Let us know that you guys are here. Let us know that what's going on with you guys, and let us know what it is that you guys want to see, because today is special. Today, Susan has prepared a lot of work in the background. She wants to show you. I'm not going to show you. We're going to use 2.0 today.
Yes.
Okay, so really cool stuff. We're also going to talk about some things that Russell's doing. I want to highlight you guys. Those of you who are putting your faces out there and being crazy, I want to highlight you. And also, we're going to, let's see, last things. Let's talk about 2.0. Here we go.
Yeah.
We are part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.
Hey there, Sheldon Smith. I see you. Everybody, I remember what I was going to ask. If you have not put in your details yet in order to jump onto Funnel Hacker TV, go ahead and text FHTV to 208-231-3797. Go ahead and set that up so that way you are good to go. And shoot, we got a lot of cool stuff going on. Susan, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome. We have some really cool. I was just telling Ben, like, this feels like a really awesome episode that's coming together for us.
Right.
But I wanted to share with you just kind of a thought that I had that actually stems from my daughter. Just the other day. So, okay, depending on where you live, as we start getting closer to summertime, the days are getting longer, the sun is still up. And if you have kids, you know that it is such a pain in the butt to have to send your kids to bed when the sun is still up. They're like, but the sun's still out. Like, why am I having to go to bed? And so my daughter was like, I'm really having a hard time sleeping because the room is so bright. And we have like room darkening shades. We have curtains that go over that. And there's still light that comes in. And she's just been having a hard time. And so she's like, Mom, you know those masks that people put over their eyes? Can I have one of those? And I was like, oh, that would be really, really awesome. And just said like, yeah, that'd be great. And then obviously we'd have to go get one for her. And so yesterday she comes home from school and the first thing that she does when she came home was she starts making one out of some felt. Like, she got out her markers. She pulled up a video. I don't even know I think maybe she was just watching a video while she's doing it, because I'm like, it was pretty simple. I don't think she needed a how-to video. But she starts decorating it. She draws some eyes and eyelashes on it, cuts it out of felt, ties some string onto it, and she made her mask. And she wore it last night. And I didn't have the chance to ask her how it went. But I was just thinking, like, how awesome is it that she had a problem, and then she realized, like, I got to fix this problem. And she came to me, and I wasn't in a place to help her fix that problem immediately as fast as she wanted it fixed. So she took matters into her own hands and was like, all right, I'm just going to make this myself. So I was thinking about how that is for us as entrepreneurs, and how sometimes there's things that are not going our way. There's things that are not to our satisfaction. And we as entrepreneurs are hardwired. And if we're not hardwired, or if we forgot how to do this and we strayed from this idea, my invitation is for you to come back to this idea of be a problem solver. If something in your business isn't going right, or you need help with a software or a strategy or an idea, like, find a way to problem solve it. Find a way to get some help with it. Find a way to do it yourself. Find someone who can help you with it, right? And that was just kind of my thought today of, like, that is what an entrepreneur is. That is what a funnel hacker is we are problem solvers. So I think, Ben.
Whoop, did I miss you?
Yep, we're good. How are we doing with Ben now?
All right, making sure that all systems are live. Guys, let us know really quick if you guys are seeing us. Just say hi, just underneath, just simple hi. Because I see everybody else. I love that story. Thank you so much, Susan.
Yeah. And, like, let me know if you have a story lately where you've had to do that. of like, just pull up your bootstraps and go and figure it out. And I think that might be a little bit of the theme today of our of our episode. So
it's funny. We all want all the green lights to be lit before we start going, right? We're sitting there waiting for that green light to be lit, and then the next mile or two before we actually start moving. It's really just about getting some momentum now more than it is the rest. So I love that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of cool stuff, guys. If you guys are not playing all out and getting in front, let us know. Hi, send me more info. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you. Nathan, awesome. How's it going, James? All right. Sweet. Yes, ask in the group in order to get stuff. Lawrence, you are live. This is not a replay. We are actually here. All right. So let's go ahead and talk through what's going on right now. You guys okay with that? There's some things that are going on. Russell is dropping into the group. And I'm going to tease this really quick. And then I want to talk about a water cooler moment really quick. Susan's got something she wants to share. But check this out. Has anybody seen this page in the last, 24 hours? Russell is inviting you to speak at Funnel Hacking Live. That's you. That's not me. That's not Susan. You. Okay. This is something where you get to be able to step up and do this. And I'm going to highlight you guys who are stepping up and allowing yourself to be put out there. Step up. Please put yourself out there. If you're an ambassador, put yourself out there. If you are just getting started and trying to figure this out and you have something worthwhile to share, put yourself out there. If you are an expert and you know it, we need to hear your voice. We need to have more people to vote on. Okay. So all you have to do is go over here, go to funnelhackinglive.com/whoisspeaking. And if you go to funnelhackinglive.com/whoisspeaking, you can put in your name and your email, and this could be you. You get all the details on what you need to do in order to be able to get in. And tomorrow, so in one day and in an hour, so tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, noon Mountain Time, Russell's going to be announcing the speakers at Funnel Hacking Live. In the past, he's done those little drips where we get somebody here and there. We're about to get everybody. And I'm going to be honest, it's a group of people you want to see. We have some really cool stuff for you. So cool. So really quick, before I go ahead and start highlighting everybody who's in there, what have you seen, Susan? What's up with the ClickFunnels water cooler for you?
Okay. So I wanted to share this with you. So Russell, the latest podcast episode on the Marketing Secrets podcast, this one here, it's got a long name, so I'm just going to bring it up on the screen. But it's this inner circle, what we're building into the new value ladder for ClickFunnels 2.0. And I was listening to this. It's only like 9 minutes long, guys. It's a quick listen. But one of the things, so he in the episode, he's sharing a clip from him speaking at an inner circle event. But before that, he prefaces something that I've been saying for a while now. It's great to see Russell saying it too. Is like when a lot of us are using ClickFunnels Classic, right? And we're moving slowly when we're ready to over to ClickFunnels 2.0. And a lot of people want like this quick, like, oh, is there a migration tool? Can I just have it just copied over? Like, why do I have to go and rebuild everything? And I think on one hand, you can look at all of the negative sides to that of like, oh, it's going to take me longer than clicking a button or two. Oh, I got to go and rebuild everything. But he brings up the point of like, what an amazing opportunity to go through your funnels and look at them again. Look at them as you're moving things over. And I even wrote down, he said, if you want a quick fix, a quick move, you're depriving yourself from rethinking your funnels. And that is what this podcast episode is about, not Funnel Hacking TV, but his Marketing Secrets podcast episode is he's talking about like, okay, they've ClickFunnels, Russell, they've started moving things over to 2.0. And as they've been doing that, they have been relooking at all the funnels. And he realized something that he actually had been missing. And so he dives into that. I'm not going to go into that. You can go listen to the podcast episode and listen to what he says. But there is a strategy where he's like, oh, I could be doing this more. But he wouldn't have realized that for his funnels if he wasn't poring over them and re-looking at them and figuring out like, okay, as we're moving these over, how can we make them better? And so I think that's an amazing way to look at it. Yes, if you are short on time, there are some ways you can, go hire somebody to help you out, whatever, right? But what an amazing opportunity to be able to move stuff over and have some fresh eyes on it. You've learned a lot more since those were built, possibly. And so now it's time to look at them again. So we are in just a moment. In this episode, I am going to be showing how you can, basically, we're going to get inside the editor. We're going to get inside the editor of 2.0, and I'm going to rebuild a page, part of a page from 1.0 to 2.0. And we're going to dive into that. So you can really see, if you have all your stuff together, you can see how quickly it actually is, how it can come together. So I think maybe Ben might be frozen. So maybe we'll start into that and we'll come back to Ben in a minute when he is back with us. Oh, one other thing that he said, I'm looking at my notes. Russell said, like, when we're in it, sometimes it's hard to see things in our own business, right? Especially if your expertise is like funnel strategy or marketing, and you sometimes miss things because you're too close to your stuff. And he's like, he was feeling that too in his funnels. And he's like, well, before I go out and hire a consultant, why don't I hire myself? So like by declaring, like, I'm hiring myself to do what I do for everybody else, but I'm going to do it for myself now. And by declaring he's hiring himself, he was able to go into it with that hat on, that perspective of, okay, I'm going into this and I'm going to look at this with the eye through the lens of like, if I were doing this for a client. So, all right, I think Ben's back with us, and I think we're ready to go to the next thing that you have, Ben.
Yeah, let's talk about this for a second. So some of you guys are putting yourself out there, and we really want to highlight you guys. So what we're going to do is, if you guys are putting yourself out there to speak at Funnel Hacking Live, Russell has asked you to do something very specific, and that is to record a video and to use the tag FHL Speaker. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is go into Facebook and type in hashtag FHL Speaker. Now you can do this in Instagram too. Let's go ahead and restart Instagram there. You can go ahead and put this in, and you guys will see everybody who is asking to speak, and you guys can listen and vote on who you would like. Would you like to have Mike speak at Funnel Hacking Live? Would you like to have Gene? Would you like to have Darren? Would you like to have Marcello? Would you like to have Eric? These keep adding. Jessica. This list just keeps going. Cat Rich. We've got J. Allen Hull. We've got Eric. Guys, you guys are putting yourself out there. You all have something to give. And I want you guys to be able to have that opportunity. I remember distinctly the first time I met Russell in the office. He's like, what is it that you've always wanted to do? And I said, one of the things I've always wanted to do is to speak on stage at Funnel Hacking Live, but I want to be worthy of it. I want to be ready of it. This is your opportunity to put yourself out there. And it doesn't matter whether or not you believe you are ready. Russell wants to hear from you. Allow everybody else to vote you up. Share it with your list. Share it with the community. Share it on your socials. Let everybody know that you want to speak at Funnel Hacking Live. What is the one thing that you have to share that would be massively helpful? Getting on that stage, there is no feeling like it, my friends. You want to be there. You want to be able to do that. And the instructions are very, very simple. Go register at funnelhacking.live/whoisspeaking, and then go and record a quick video. I know some of you, I'm going to drop an initial AP. You guys are still waiting in order to drop it. I know you. I love you guys. I want you to put your names into this hat. Tonight is the night. It's going to be voted on. And at the end of tonight, Russell is going to be looking at everything, spending all night watching it. Russell does that, by the way. He does not sleep. He just opens up Facebook and he sees what you guys are doing. Okay, so go throw your name in the hat. Or if not, you're not quite sure yet, come over here, type in FHL Speaker, and come and listen and vote. Come and vote. Come and see what it is that all these people are asking, what they can provide, and vote on it is that you would want to hear. Okay, all you have to do in order to vote is go ahead and add to the comments, share, say, I vote for this, absolutely love it, and blow them up. Guys, this is that simple. The world is literally your oyster right now. and it is available for you. So go take advantage of it. You're going to have an awesome time. Really excited for you. But if you don't put your name in the hat, you'll never know if you could have been chosen. And that's going to get under your skin. You've got the rest of the today. Put your name out there. Give yourself enough time in order to share it with others and get your name out there. I want to see you guys. I'm going to spend the rest of the day like in there chatting with you guys. So thank you for everybody who's posted, and keep posting. And tomorrow we're going to be live at noon Mountain Standard Time in order to announce it. Good stuff.
Yeah. And how awesome. Like as you were speaking, Ben, I was thinking about, you said like, it doesn't matter if you don't feel like you're like 100% ready. Like Russell's going to see it. He'll know what's going to be good for the community and what's not good. And I was just thinking like, that's exactly like how I feel. Not on a FHL stage, but on this stage of this show, it's like Russell saw something in me and he brought me in, and I'm like, okay, well, there must be something there. Let's go for it. Right. And I feel like that could be a lot of you, where like, just put it out there. Russell's going to see something in it, and maybe not now, maybe later. Right. And so what's the harm? At least
allow yourself to be
put
seen.
It out there. Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
Allow yourself to be seen. All right. With that said, Susan, you've spent like the last several hours in order to prepare for this. Like a lot of you guys have been asking over and over, is ClickFunnels 2.0 ready? Is ClickFunnels 2.0 ready? Is ClickFunnels 2.0 actually ready for my business? And we want to start proving it to you. And so Susan had this idea. Susan, I'm going to let you talk about it. What it is that, what are we doing?
Yeah. So, okay, obviously ClickFunnels is for funnels, right? Primarily, first and foremost, we use ClickFunnels for funnels because no other platform or software out there even compares to what ClickFunnels, even Classic. Like I still maintain ClickFunnels Classic is better than anything else out there. But now we have 2.0, which is awesome. So what we're going to do is I have the .com Secrets page pulled up, and I'm going to recreate this page, not the entire thing because that would take us all day, but we'll see how far we go. I planned to get down to like the videos area, and and we'll just see how fast we can do it. And then we'll teach, I'll show you some things along the way. And hopefully it'll help you like realize like, oh, ClickFunnels 2.0, I can be going in there and building funnels right now. It's not like as daunting as some of you might think that it is. So I'm going to dive in, and Ben, you can chime in along the way.
I'm going to chime in. This is crazy cool.
Okay.
All right.
So right now I'm in the back end of ClickFunnels 2.0. Awesome menus happening over here. We've got a lot more things happening in 2.0. So the menu is going to be more robust, but we've got 2 places you can go to start building funnels. One is site and then funnels, or you can really just click on this funnels icon and it takes you to the exact same place. I already have a few test things in here, but we're going to start from scratch. So and I want to make sure you guys are seeing, you guys are seeing the right thing. Okay, so we're going to click up here, create funnel, and this is going to be our DotCom Secret test funnel. And we're just going to create it. So this is creating a blank. Now you can start from a template. There's awesome templates being loaded into ClickFunnels, I think on a weekly basis. But for the purposes of this demo, I'm starting from blank. So we've got the new awesome, like this funnel flow view, which I think is just the coolest thing. As you start adding in more pages, you're going to see how the pages are connected to each other, how people are able to get from one page to the other page.
And if you guys are like any of the crazy ones that like to make advanced stuff, like we've been implementing this like on our side, like if you opt into a funnel, we have VIP. If you have a ClickFunnels account, we have a separate VIP package than those who don't. Like there's advanced stuff you can do in here when you get to that point. But for now, we try to make it as simple as possible. Yeah.
So what I did was I clicked on this plus, click on a page, and here's where you have some choices. You can either start with a template, and there's a lot of templates, a lot of categories, or if you've already built something and you want to reuse that, you can go to my funnel pages. Or if you click this button over here on the right side, just new page, it's going to start you with a blank page. So we're just going to put .com Secrets landing page. I'm going to skip a lot of this stuff, but here's where you can put a page description. You can edit your page URL. Do you want it indexed in the search engines or not? And then you click create page. All right. So from here, if you hover over this, this is where you can either edit or preview. And there's other things happening. There's another menu. There's this thing, but we're not going to get into that today. I'm just going to show you inside of a page editor. So reminder, we're going to recreate this. Now, I've already gone ahead and for those of you that are already familiar, that ClickFunnels 2.0 has a style guide, which I highly recommend you always start with that. So I've already done that part. And then I've already downloaded like the assets and stuff that are needed to recreate this. So it should be really, we're just focusing on the actual editor part. So I can click on this button here and hide. This is like our funnel view, our funnel workflow, if you will, like miniature over on the side. And when there's more than one page, you don't have to exit out and get back, like click to another page to get to another page. You can just click on the other page and it'll take you right to it. Really awesome.
Super.
But I'm going to hide it for now. So ClickFunnels has sections, rows, elements, right? So I'm going to kind of go fast through this because I'm assuming a lot of you already know sections, rows, elements from Classic. If you don't, that's okay. But we have the header area up here, which is black. And then we have like a red. I'm going to treat that as a border. So we're just going to build that part right there. So we're going to do full page. It goes all the way across the top. And I'm going to do one column because we only have one thing happening up here, and that's the logo. And then if you notice, as I'm clicking from full page and then one column, like this menu is staying open. And so then I'm now it's like at an element level. It's like, okay, now what element do you want inside of that column or row? And I want an image. And now I'm done adding stuff into that particular section. So we know that we want the background to be black. I don't think I have, actually, let me back up 1 second because I need to apply the right style guide to this page real quick.
For those of you who, for those of you who have multiple style guides, this is how you make a style guide specific to a page.
Yeah. Come out here to your page, go to page settings, scroll all the way down, style right here. And I have it named DCS for .com Secrets. Update your page. I've noticed it does take like a minute or two for it to actually update. So when I jump back into here, it might still not be updated, but I'll hit refresh in a minute and we'll keep moving. So let's just check if it is. Yeah, it already. So I'm going to go, what do we have? Like pretty much the black background. We're going to click the image to open up the image settings. And I'm going to add the .com Secrets logo, which is this one, I believe. Yep, but way too big. So what I can do is shrink my image width down. And I also want to get rid of like all of this height. But that is going to be in the margin. Oh, you just want that to be 0. And then there's going to be other places where you can get rid of that. That's going to be, it's either in the element, the row. There's row settings. There's also column settings that you can get to right here now. And then there's the section. So in all of those places, if you're like trying to make it really tight, not have a lot of space around it, there's going to be multiple places we're going to do that. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller and then just leave it how it is. But then we also have the red. So I'm going to add the red via a border on the section because we can add a border on any of the sides of the section by using this cool little tool here now. So I just want it to be on the bottom. And I'm going to change the color to this red color. And I'm going to make it a bit thicker.
Nice.
There we go.
Look
Pretty
at
close.
that.
Pretty close. Okay. All right. Now here's the fun part. So I'm going to add in like a bunch of placeholder stuff for just this section that we're seeing above the fold. And then we're going to style it, make it the way it needs to be. So we need another full page section. And we have a single column row happening here. I'm actually going to do 2 rows.
Oh.
2. So I'll do one at a time. So we're going to do a sub headline for the top, this yellow highlighted text. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to make a new row, and I'll show you why in a minute. I'm going to make a new row that has our headline text in it, and I'm going to do 2, and I'll show you why that also, because I've done some research ahead of time on this page and how it's built, and then another subheadline for this text here. Okay, then we're going to do another row for our video. Our video has some text above it, so we're going to do sorry, let's see where we at. We're adding another column, and then inside that column I'm going to add a subheadline, which is going to end up being our red background text, and then a video. Okay, so that's where we're going to stop with adding things. Now let's make it look this way. So I'm going to go ahead and copy. So if you're someone who has funnels already built in Classic, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to move them over to 2.0, this is going to look a lot like what you're doing. You're going to be going back and forth between your pages and copying and pasting. If you are someone who's building from like a new funnel, this is going to look a little bit different, but you can at least learn a little bit right now about how the editor works.
And just as a name drop, Winter Jones in the community is creating a process that makes it easier to migrate from 1.0 to 2.0, or sorry, Classic to 2.0. He's making that a little bit easier, but it's still in process. So for now, I would suggest if you're just getting started, or if you're just getting started with 2.0, become acquainted with it. It is much more natural than you think. As you see, Susan's like zipping through it. It's like natural. Oh my gosh. Every time I think you have to like decrease the size, and I forget you have the small, medium, large text. You can just choose small, and it brings it to the right size on.
Yeah. So that's the awesome part about the style guide, is if you already have it set up ahead of time. And I ahead of time, I went through and I used a Chrome extension that tells me the exact sizes of all of the fonts on this page. So I went through and created the style guide that I'm like, okay, I want this one to be this size. Like I want my small to be about that size, my medium, my large, right? And so you can just click these buttons and it'll change the sizes for you. Or if you're trying to be a little more specific for that specific place of your page, you click override, and you can override the size right here and make it anything you want. And then there's also mobile.
Yeah.
So, okay, the background, the highlight, I just put a background on it and I made it yellow. And I'm going to shrink my row here. I'm going to get rid of the padding on the top and the bottom of the row. And then I'm going to shrink the row size to make that tighter so it matches more like this. Cool. And I can make my text smaller to make it really match it. But that is how we achieve the highlight. It's just a background. And because I made it in its own separate row, I can make this more narrow than what I'm actually going to do for the rest of this.
Yeah.
So the rest of this should be fairly simple. It's just all going to be large, extra large here because I already have my sizes set. This one was a little bit different. It's, if you see over here when we were looking at font sizes, the default is the REMs, which is designers know what that means, but most people don't. You can click on it and then you can switch it to pixels, which we're all more familiar with. I'm going to shrink that down to 60 because I already know that's what it is, and get rid of some spacing here. Okay. Same with this one. Just getting rid of some spacing. Okay. So that's pretty close. We're going to just leave that as is. It's feeling a little bit different because of that side menu and because we have extra stuff. So for this part, I'm going to shrink this down. It's going to need to be pretty small. And then we're going to do the same thing with the background color. We're going to add the red. And we want our text to be white. And then part of this is bold. Oops. Bold. And then we have to change the color of the bold. Oh, it already did it for me. Never mind. It already knew I wanted the bold text to be white. And then to add the icon, this icon here, there is another little feature. Menu. Yeah, inside of the subheadline settings. You can add an icon before or icon after, and there's a lot of preloaded icons. So I'm just going to type in sound, and it pops up. And then we can change that color. And
And
I
you
like
can
to add a space between the icon and the
you
first
can
letter.
also add like padding in that setting too.
Yeah. Good point. Now this is usually, it's probably a little bit smaller. This is all tight. There is no space between that text and the video. So we're going to remove that. It's on the video margin. So we have that gone. And let's see, I have the video link. So to add the video, this video happens to be hosted on Vimeo. So to add your link, you just have to paste your Vimeo link in right there. You have autoplay off on features, lazy loading, block pause, unmute label, different options in here, padding, like all of the design things that you can turn on and off as well for the video. So we're going to take a pause. We're going to take a look at the preview of this. Now, I do know that when I refresh this page, when you first land on this page, it has, I have to do the background too. It has like click to turn on sound, and it has this overlay thing. I believe that's a CF Pro Tools add-on.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be able to achieve that today with our build right now.
If you guys upload your video in Voomly, which is where ClickFunnels is moving all of their stuff to, if you upload it to Voomly, Voomly will have some of those features built into it. So you don't actually have to use CF Pro Tools if you want that. You just have to use Voomly. And Voomly is by far cheaper than Vimeo. And it's really, really cool. It has features that no other video builder or video hosting company has. It's so good. So Voomly.
Yeah, we actually are starting to move all of our stuff that we do over to Voomly as well.
And Vimeo charges like yearly, and when it charges, like, oh, the pain.
Last thing I'm going to do, and then I think we'll just do a check-in, and I'll check in with Ben on how we're doing and how you guys are liking it in the comments. But I'm just going to add the background because like this is such a cool background. Like little touches like this just make pages for me. I had to do a little bit of tweaking because I think they used code for getting it placed exactly right. But I'm going to grab a background that I uploaded here. And actually, what needs to happen is I'm going to put this video into its own section. I need this whole row. I'm just going to highlight over the row and move it down. And I'm going to take the background off that section and actually put it on this section.
There we go.
So that it looks better.
Slick.
Background.
Guys,
and then you have a lot of...
Yeah, let us know really quick if this has been helpful for you as we're getting to a stopping point.
Yeah, I think we are. So there's a lot of settings for backgrounds in here now where you can have like all the different ways to have it act. Mm-hmm. And you also have now this positioning, which is really awesome. So I can choose to have it positioned to the top. And now you can see it's kind of anchored to where I need it to be. It's anchoring it to the top of the section.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stop there because there's so much more I could show you. There's some really cool stuff on this page, but maybe we do a continuation another day.
Yeah. Let's call this a tease for today. If you guys enjoyed this and you want more of it, let us know in the comments. If you're like, well, that was nice, but you know what? Let us know what else you want to see, because this is all made for you. The whole goal of Funnel Hacker TV is to be something where you feel like, number one, you're an insider. And number two, you know that you are seen. And number three, we give you the content that helps you keep going and build your momentum. Oh, Susan, that was cool.
I'm seeing comments coming in. So it sounds like maybe we'll do another one of these again in the future. And that was like really basic stuff. And so in the future, we can also there's so many features in the editor. So I wanted to make the point though, that if you are someone who already uses ClickFunnels Classic, the editor is, I would say it's so close to being identical that you're going to be able to get in there and you're going to know what to do. If you have never used ClickFunnels ever, it's so simple to get in there. You will be able to learn the basics really quickly. And then if you're someone who is like, I've used ClickFunnels Classic, but like I had to add in so much code to make it look the way that I wanted it to look, and I had to do all these things. There's features in there that I didn't even touch on today that make it so
Yeah.
you don't even need code anymore. It's
Yeah,
so
so
cool.
we
So I
have-
didn't even touch on that.
So our main editor is, or designer is Jake. So Jake Leslie goes in there and he like designs all the funnels, and he's been like, he keeps telling everybody, he's like, it feels weird being a designer and not having to put any code into ClickFunnels. He's like, you can do everything internally. It's so crazy. Like, I don't have to code anymore. Like, I get everything the way I want with no coding because of the tools that are in there. So if you guys are just getting started with 2.0, there is a wealth of opportunity in order to be able to make this as fancy as you want or as simple as you want. It can be simple. It's built for simple, but it's also built for those of us who are a little crazy, those of us who have used Classic in the past, or you're coming from other funnel builders. This is your opportunity to be able to make this so much easier and more powerful. So Susan, thank you so much for taking the time on that.
Yeah, that's fun for me. So anytime you guys want that, we'll bring it.
Amen. So let us know, guys, if you guys want to see more of this in the future. We're working on our segments, like things that we're going to hit every single time. And if there's things that you want us to hit, like what's new with 2.0 or like builds, we've come up with some fun names. Like, so I'm going to pull these up really quick because I've just been nerding over it. So a couple of ideas are, number one, funnel migration or ClickFunnels migration or ClickFunnels moment. Okay, so we can do one of those. We could do funnel FOMO, funnel forecast. We can do funnel hacking with Susan, funnel hacking with Ben. We can do trivia and treasures like we did last Tuesday. If you guys missed it, we gave out a ClickFunnels 2.0 shirt that I still need to go grab. And so like there's stuff coming. Let us know what it is that you want to see so that we can get this finalized. And the show is going to be much better. Ben's internet might actually be more appropriate and we're going to be good to go. All right. Did I miss anything, Susan?
No, I think that's it. Just a reminder, tomorrow, FHL speaker announcements. If you want to get in the running, make sure you go post that video like now, right now.
Now, please.
Because they're making a decision tonight so that Russell can announce tomorrow.
And, and don't worry about getting your hair perfect. Don't worry about this. Like, it's a social post, my friends. It is not the only time ever you will be seen by Russell. But if you've been looking for that option to be able to be seen and to be able to get your message out and say, I have something to give, today is the time. So go and do it now. Do it imperfectly because then it's done. And then just spend the rest of the day promoting it. Share it with friends. Ask people to promote you because we want to see you on stage at Funnel Hacking Live. I already have my ticket.
Yes.
Susan, you got yours. Yeah. So absolutely.
And then I'll be at ClickFunnels headquarters tomorrow watching Russell do this live. So we don't have Funnel Hacker TV tomorrow. We'll talk about it Tuesday. But if you want to see what's happening behind the scenes, maybe go watch my profile.
Yes, please do it. Do it. All right, my friends, if you guys are not following us yet and you didn't get a text message saying they're live, go ahead and text FHTV to 208-231-3797. That's FHTV to 208-231-3797. And we're going to be tossing up a recap of this week. And you can see all the recaps of all previous weeks over at FunnelHackerTV. Guys, thanks for being here. We love you. We appreciate you. Let us know what you want to see. We'll keep making this better and better. Thank you, Susan.
Yes. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
My name is Russell Brunson, and I'm part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on cash from venture capitalists to get started, and we don't even have goals to go public either. In fact, our motivation is the exact opposite. You see, we have products and services and things that we know change people's lives. But because we're fighting against the big brands, people with literally unlimited budgets, we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We don't have financial safety nets because every test we take is with our own money. We have to be profitable from day number one. So how do we do that? How is that even possible? If you ask the MBAs or look in your college textbooks, they will tell you that what we are doing is impossible, yet it's happening every single day. And it's happening through an art and a science that we call funnel hacking. It's not really something that I can explain to you. It's something I have to show you. These stories are a glimpse of entrepreneurs just like you who have a dream and a vision who want to change the world in their own little way. I use the funnel hacking process to help make their dreams become a reality. Yes, we are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.